We will be starting our beef show in just about 4 minutes. We're going to be starting with our breeding stock first, and we're going to be starting off with our registered breed heifer calf.
And once again, good morning. I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio, and we are at the Buffalo County Fair today in Mondovi on a cool morning, and we're just moments away from today's beef show. We are starting a little bit early, but again, we'll be starting here in just a couple minutes, and looking forward to today's beef show. Later on tonight, we'll have the livestock auction as well, with our coverage from the livestock auction beginning at about 6:55 or so. So we'll get things underway here in just a couple minutes. Stick around, and welcome to the Buffalo County Fair and this year's beef show. We'll be getting our beef show underway here in just a couple minutes. Throughout the morning, we'll also be giving you some trivia as well from the Wisconsin Beef Council. Be thanking all of our sponsors as well throughout the morning. If you missed last night's hog show, that is now available on our YouTube channel at Duran Broadcasting WRDN. So again, if you missed yesterday's hog show, or if you've missed any of our video streams from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair and the Dunn County Fair, we have all of those as well available at our YouTube channel at Duran Broadcasting WRDN. Cool morning here in Mondovi, a little bit foggy, also that wildfire smoke as well. But should be a pretty nice day to come on out and join us here at the Buffalo County Fair. Later on tonight, they'll have the big truck and tractor pull. That's starting at about 7 o'clock or so. Again, we'll have the livestock auction as well tonight, with our coverage beginning at about 6:55. And a reminder, free admission to the Buffalo County Fair as well. Be starting off with our breeding stock here first before we get to our market animals. I think we're all ready to go.
Okay, we'll be now starting our beef show this morning. We're going to be starting with our breeding stock. First in the ring is Raylan Bork with other registered breed heifer calf. On deck, we'll have our other breed junior heifer calves.
Well, welcome everyone. Glad to be here today. We got a young lady that brings us a red Angus heifer and our first heifer breeding females. Very high quality individual for the young lady. I look forward to seeing her back. Good job. She's well deserving of first blue.
Congratulations to Raylan Bork on that first blue. Entering the ring now, we'll have our other breed junior heifer calves. We have Hannah Bauer, Kylie Bremer, Kylie Fernholtz, and Abby Ruff.
And throughout the morning, we'll be thanking our sponsors of our video stream. Thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are the sponsors of our video streaming service at our website at realcountry1430.com. Also, thank you to Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Visit Compeer.com for more information. O'Galley Cheese Factory. Visit O'Galley Cheese for all of your snacking needs, featuring cheese, locally made beef sticks, sausages, pizza, ice cream, and a whole lot more. Don't forget they have an online store as well. They ship around the country too. O'Galley Cheese Factory open 7 days a week, Highway 25 at Durand. Numbers Are Us, your daily money managers, 3rd Avenue West Durand. Visit Rhonda online at numbersareus.com or on Facebook. Find out how a daily money manager can help your family, protect your family from fraud, fees, and also family conflicts too. With a daily money manager from Numbers Are Us. Buffalo-Pepin Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner, and 24/7 in West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities and homes from the ground up. Find out more. Visit www.coop. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting our broadcast. Without their help, we wouldn't be here today. So please thank them for supporting our video streams. So we're in the second class of our breeding stock.
As we get underway today, I want to thank Dylan Warzinski for coming out and judging our beef show today. Dylan comes from Alman, Wisconsin, where he and his wife Frankie own Sandbox Farms, where they run about 175 head, focusing on Simmental, Red Angus, show calves, herd bulls, and production females. Let's give Dylan and Frankie a round of applause. On deck, we're going to have Mylan Bauer with his summer yearling other breed.
like to say a special welcome as well to those of you watching on NTech Channel 99 this morning. As please thank the Durand, Arkansas School District. Let your school board member know, or let the administration know that you appreciate that they allowed us to use NTech Channel 99 for our video streams, not only here from the Buffalo County Fair, but also the Dunn County Fair. There are a lot of students at both fairs from the school district, and so thank you to the Durand, Arkansas School District for being gracious enough to allow us to use NTech Channel 99 to put the video streams on there as well for those that maybe they, like my mom. She's 91 and doesn't know how Facebook Live works or YouTube or anything like that. So this would be perfect for her to be able to watch the video stream. So please thank the Durand, Arkansas School District for allowing us to use NTech Channel 99.
We get out here in this class of ALB heifer calves, and we got 4 months-ish of birth date range according to the young ladies. And I'm going to like to lead off with the Belted Galloway calf to lead off the class. Probably just as far as terms of weight per day, age, muscle expression, and overall balance and symmetry and design and structure. Youngest heifer, but offers the next most pieces of quality. You know, there's a few things you'd like to change about her, but she'll sure be a good project for the young lady. Young lady's heifer coming in third. Another nice heifer for the individual. Probably just gives up some body and design. A few little things we'd like to change there, but another nice individual. Some time on feed, that one could change a bunch. And then we round out the class with the young lady's heifer with the pink ear tag here. Another nice heifer in her own right, just gives up some overall dimension and mass to the ones above her today. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Hannah Bauer on that first blue and Kylie Bremer on that second blue. Now entering the ring, we're going to have Mylan Bowder with his summer yearling Other Breed. And then on deck, we're going to have our junior yearling Herefords.
And as always, those of you watching on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, let us know what city you're watching us from. We'd love to hear from you this morning. We have some folks in the rural Mondovi area watching this morning, but let us know in the comments section what city you're watching us from. We'd love to hear from you. As we continue with some of our breeding stock, we've got one that wants to run. This calf's got a little bit get up and go this morning. Judge is like, let's just set her up right there, and that's fine. Again, Judge is helping out. Sometimes the calves get a little bit cranky. This is all new to them too, and so all of a sudden there's all these people here watching. and get a little bit nervous.
Young man brings us another belted heifer here, a single entry. We're gonna give her a first blue. We had a little equipment malfunction. Now we got some nose control, so we'll see her back in the drive.
Congratulations to Mylan Bauer on that first blue. Next class coming in, we're going to have our junior yearling Herefords. There's going to be 5 in this class. We've got Allison George, Drew Dresick, Dylan Dresick, Caleb Prunjinsky, and Cadence Veraguth.
Watching coverage of the Buffalo County Fair Beef Show today, and thank you to our video streaming sponsors, including J.M. Watkins Meats with their brand new location 3 miles west of Plum City on Highway 10, where this morning they opened up the drive-through. They have a brand new drive-through as part of the new facility right away at 5:30 in the morning. If you're having to drive to Ellsworth or River Falls or even Spring Valley for work, you can get coffee. That's right, they got hot coffee available through the drive-through Monday through Friday from 5:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Plus, they have a brand new online store as well. So you can order in advance. Go to the J.M. Watkins website. You can order in advance. And then the next day, go through the drive-thru, get your cup of coffee, and get the order too from J.M. Watkins Meats. Again, 3 miles west of Plum City on Highway 10. AMPI, the family farmers of AMPI, invite you to try the butter and cheese from Dinner Bell Creamery. And if your grocer doesn't have butter and cheese from Dinner Bell Creamery, ask them to carry it from AMPI. Wisconsin Credit Union, serving members for over 80 years. We belong to you. Visit
On deck, we're going to have our Simmental junior yearlings.
Also, thank you to Chippewa Valley Energy, serving the Chippewa Valley since 1922. They're currently having their winter contract and summer fill programs available. Find out more at ChippewaValleyEnergy.com. And Provisions Health, 3rd Avenue West Durand, changing the way you experience healthcare. Find out more. Visit provisions.health. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting our video streams. Without their help, we wouldn't be here at the Buffalo County Fair today with the beef show and the livestock auction later tonight, with our coverage beginning at about 6:55. Have some trivia for you this morning from the Wisconsin Beef Council. You can visit them always online at beeftips.com. Which nutrient found in beef helps deliver oxygen to your muscles and to your brain? I'll tell you that answer here coming up. Which nutrient found in beef helps deliver oxygen to your muscles and brain? We'll give you that answer here coming up. All right, answer to our trivia question from Wisconsin Beef Council. Which nutrient found in beef helps deliver oxygen to your muscles and brain? That would be iron. Again, thank you to the Wisconsin Beef Council. You can visit them online at beeftips.com, beeftips.com. They have more trivia. They have also some great recipes, and they even have a set of alternate cuts of beef. So let's say you're having a big Labor Day celebration. Yes, you'd like to have ribeye steaks, but for 20 people, that might be a little bit cost prohibitive. Well, visit beeftips.com. You can find some alternate cuts that will be just like ribeyes, but a little bit cheaper, and they'll even give you some tips on how to prepare those alternate cuts of beef.
We're going to leave both these heifers out. I'll talk them quick. I think it's a close pair, so I'm going to tell you what I see. The young lady's heifer up front right now, heifer that balances extremely well. Both heifers I think are adequate on the move. There's little things we'd like to change, but I think they're both similar as far as structure goes. The young lady's heifer probably balances a little better, maybe a little neater there about the top side of her neck and her skull than the heifer behind her. The heifer behind her definitely overwhelms the heifer ahead of her total mass and bone. So there's some decisions to make, whether what fits your breeding program, but I think these are both a pair of high quality individuals. My preference is going to lead towards the young lady's heifer to win the class. The young man, you'll be second. The heifer in second just maybe gets a little coarser there behind her blade and doesn't balance quite as well underneath, but a nice pair of Hereford females. Congratulations to them. In third, a heifer that just gives up a little overall mass and dimension to that top pair, but another nice individual for the young man. And then we round out the class with another heifer that offers some neat features. She probably just doesn't have all the extra bells and whistles of the three ahead of her today, but congratulations to them.
Congratulations to Allison George on that first blue and Kayla Prunjinski on that second blue. Now entering the ring, we're going to have our Simmental Junior yearlings. We've got Raylan Bork, Trent Ritter, and Kaylee Schultz.
Watching coverage of the 2025 Buffalo County Fair Beef Show from Mondovi and the Buffalo County Fair. I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio. Thank you for joining us this morning on a cool morning here in Mondovi. Temperatures were in the low 50s, so it's a little bit chilly this morning. Still running through our breeding stock here this morning. Of our market animals here coming up.
On deck, we have our junior yearling other breed heifers.
We're getting close to our decision here in this class. Later this evening at 6:55, we'll have coverage of the Buffalo County Fair Junior Livestock Auction. If you are in the Mondovi area, we'd sure love to have you join us in person at the auction. Help out and support the youth of Buffalo and Pepin counties. But if you can't make it, you can also watch it on our video streaming service. Also have it on Facebook Live YouTube channel and Tech Channel 99 too.
We get into these Simmental females and a breed that is near and dear to my heart. And we raise a few of these at home, and this is what we do every day, so it's enjoyable here to sort these cattle. I'm going to like to lead off the class with the young man's black heifer here. Says she's an April. Probably just from the side balance and overall structure, this heifer wins the class. Forward to seeing her back in the champion drive. There's some decisions to be made in the two pair of heifers, and I like to go with the young lady's red heifer as far as just overall femininity, how that muscle lays on her skeleton. She does it in a smoother package, and on the move, she can get out and go a lot freer and easier than the heifer that comes in third. Heifer that comes in third is definitely the stoutest, carries the most muscle on her skeleton, but because of that, she gets a little round in her muscle shape, gets a little quicker on the move, and just a little coarse everywhere in her work and in her pasture and in her tail head. Nice set of heifers there in that class. Congratulations to them.
Entering the ring now, we've got our junior yearling heifers, other breeds. We've got Hannah Bauer, Mylan Bauer, Bailey Bremer, Marley Bremer, Allison George, and Riley Pratt.
Thank you to our video stream sponsors, including Alcivia. Alcivia is a leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. Right now, Alcivia farmers for the upcoming harvest find out about the Alcivia Harvest Program, where as part of their bid, they also will come and pick up your harvest as well. Visit alcivia.com for more information. SFB Security Financial Bank, where electronic banking is easy. Visit sfbank.com. Security Financial Bank, Durand, River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls. Bauer Seeds and Service, your local Pioneer Seed and Pivot Bio dealer serving the Durand area is Bauer Seeds and Service. Visit BauerSeedsandService.com for more information. Sundstrom and Company of Durand. Oh, I know it's August 1st. Believe it or not, wow, August 1st already. Time for that end-of-year tax planning. Call Sundstrom & Company at 672-4425 or visit them online to schedule that appointment today. NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand, and Dunn Energy, your touchstone energy partner. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business. Tell them thank you for supporting our video streams here on WRDM. Without their help, we wouldn't be here at the Buffalo County Fair. Our video streaming service also being brought to you by the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. Please thank the Wisconsin soybean growers as well for their support. And also reach out to the Buffalo County Fair Board as well. You can send them a message too. We'd appreciate that. Tell them thank you for their support, for helping us out to be able to have these video streams for you from the Buffalo County Fair.
On deck, we'll have our 2 years and older shorthorn cow on deck.
Still running through our breeding stock here this morning. We'll have our market animals here coming up. Some more trivia from the Wisconsin Beef Council. Which beef cut is known for being both lean and tender and is often used in your stir fry? Again, which beef cut is known for being both lean and tender and often used in stir fry? We will give you that answer here coming up.
We get out here into this class of females, a very interesting class of sort indeed, with multiple breeds and different characteristics, but stick to the basics, find what we need to find up here on top. Hereford appearing heifer that has a lot of quality, balances up incredibly well from the side, pretty well fault free on the move. If I could change this one, maybe I'd just like to pick her up at her chest floor, balance her underline to do a little better, but a nice place to start the class. The heifer that comes out in second probably doesn't grab you when she hits the ring. She's probably the leanest, greenest heifer in the class, but I think a little bit more time in the feed pan and down the road as a cow, this heifer excels above the ones behind her. Just as far as just balance, dimension, body design, she probably comes with just a little better actual rib shape than some of the other ones that are carrying a lot more condition today. Good job to that lady. Heifer that comes out next, the Shar appearing heifer, she just gets more refined to the ground. Probably doesn't have the overall body and mass for the condition she's carrying, but still a nice female for the young man. And we get into these black heifers down here on the bottom end of the class. All high quality females, just little nitpicky things to change about them. This one probably just gets a little coarser or overall design and dimension and gives up some look from the side. Young lady's black heifer, probably one of the heavier heifers in the class, but as you can see today, she's struggling on the move off her rear too. We'd like to fix that about her if she's going to go be a cow on pasture. We need to keep these things sound. And the young man rounds out the class with his black heifer here. Just another nice individual for the young man. It'll sure make him a great cow down the road. Congrats to all of them.
Congratulations to Allison George on that first blue and Bailey Bremer on that second blue. Entering the ring now, we're going to have our 2-year-old and 2 years and older cow, shorthorn cow, shown by Elsa Knoll.
From Wisconsin Beef Council, which beef cut is best known for being both lean and tender and used in stir-fry dishes, that would be sirloin. Thank you to the Wisconsin Beef Council for the trivia today. You can visit them online at beeftips.com. That's beeftips.com. Probably find some recipes for that sirloin as well.
On deck, we'll have our 2-year and older cow, other registered breed by Kaylee Schultz on deck.
Young lady brings us a single entry in the cow class here, and a nice cow to start today. Just a nice individual for the breed. She has a nice udder. Young lady tells me she's 6 years old. She's probably surely done a nice job for the young lady.
Congratulations to Elsa Knoll on that first blue. Now entering their wing, we'll have Kaylee Schultz with her registered 2-year-old or older cow. On deck, we'll have the registered cow-calf pair.
We got out here in another single entry in a red Angus cow that definitely is striking from the side. One you'd probably just like to give some more structure and just some more power down to the ground, but surely a nice cow for the young lady that's definitely carried some pretty impeccable body condition for raising a calf today. Congratulations to her.
Congrats to Kaylee Schultz on that first blue. Now we've got Kaylee with the cow-calf pair. On deck, we'll have our cow-calf pairs, other breeds.
We get this pair together and get back out here. I just talked the cow, and I remember the calf first class of the day today, and a really nice pair. For a cow to raise a calf of that size, carrying that kind of body condition, boy, we sure like easy keeping cows in this business. I can't say enough good about this pair. Congratulations to them.
Congrats to Kaylee on that blue. Entering the ring, we have Hannah Bauer and Riley Pratt with their cow-calf pairs of other breed. After this class, we'll have our bull beef junior calves, and then we'll have our championship female drive. So can I have all of my first blues on deck? We've got one class in between that championship drive for breeding animals.
We get this pair of pairs out here, and definitely some gives and takes and differences between the two of them, and you just kind of set your preferences where you want to lay them. Both two individuals are very, very similar as the cow stands there and as the calf stands there. So to me, I'm probably going to lean towards the Red Angus pair just because I feel that calf's going to probably wean more weight per day age and do more things down the road as that calf develops than the cow ahead of her. And I probably prefer the rear leg and feet on the Red Angus cow ahead of the belted cow. But both two very nice pairs for the individuals. Congratulations to them. The Red Angus will be first, the Buick will be second.
Congratulations to Riley Pratt on that first blue and Hannah Bauer on that second blue. Now entering the ring, we're going to have our All Breeds Junior Bull Calf. We'll have Marley Bremer, Harley Klink, and Maya McMoline. This will be the last class before that champion breeding stock drive. So on deck, I'm going to need Raylan Bork, Hannah Bauer, Mylan Bauer, Allison George, Trent Ritter, Allison George, Elsa Knoll, Kaylee Schultz, and Riley Pratt.
Again, watching coverage of the Buffalo County Fair Beef Show. Brian Winnikins with you from WRDN Radio. Thank you for joining us this morning on a cool morning here in Mondovi. Those of you watching on our Facebook live feed or YouTube channel, let us know what city you're watching us from in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you this morning. Yeah, we're nosy, but it's always kind of fun. It's always fun to see where people are watching us from. And during the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, we had Texas and Virginia, Montana, Pennsylvania.
We get into these class of bull prospects, and I'm going to elect to use the young lady's Hereford appearing bull calf to win the class. One that just probably reads with the most future for me, probably the most base width and dimension. Just May calf, so there's a lot of things that could change. So this is just my opinion on the class of cattle today, and I think that one deserves to win. We go to gives and takes down here in the bottom pair. Young lady actually brings us a dairy Holstein cross bull. Definitely things about the calf. He's big bod, good in his frame size, and definitely good structured. What I had to do in my head between the Hereford and him is just overall base width and dimension. And for the age of that one to this one, that's how I sorted them. Then we round out the class with the black and white calf. Calf that definitely needs more time to develop. You can bring him back next year if you can as a bull, and he could look totally different. But just a nice class of young bull calves for these young ladies.
Congratulations to Marley Bremer on that first blue and Maya Moline on that second. We will now be doing our champion drive for breeding animals. So I need all of my first blues to be entering the ring for that champion drive. We've got Raylan Bork with her junior registered heifer calf, Hannah Bauer with her junior other breed heifer calf, Mylan Bauer with his summer yearling other breed, Allison George with her junior yearling Hereford heifer, Trent Ritter with his junior yearling Simmental heifer, Allison George with her junior yearling other breed heifer, Elsa Knoll with her shorthorn 2-year-old or older cow, Kaylee Schultz with her 2-year-old or older registered cow, Kaylee Schultz with her registered cow-calf pair, Riley Pratt with his cow-calf pair, and Marley Bremer with her junior bull calf. I will need those second blues on deck just in case the champion comes out of your class. It'll be up to the judge to bring in that second blue if he would like to assess that. Our feeder calves will be showing after the champion breeding ship drive. So again, we're going to do our champion breeding animal drive. We need Raylan Bork, Hannah Bauer, Mylan Bauer, Allison George, Trent Ritter, Allison George, Elsa Knoll, Kaylee Schultz, Riley Pratt, and Marley Bremer.
Wow. She's making her presence known coming into the ring. Again, this is our championship drive on the breeding stock side. Well, everybody in the ring's a little cranky right now. Just all seem to be Going, we really don't want to be here right now. That's where I give the exhibitors a lot of credit, because if I was out there and I had my project was trying to run around and all of that, I pretty much would probably be done real quick. And one of the calves is like, you know what? I'm just going to take a nap right here. That's it. Well, sometimes, like, calves like, I'm done. It's nap time. I'm done. That's all he's just like, no. I'm taking a nap. All right, I'll get up. Darn it all. The little one's just saying, are we almost done yet? Again, this is our championship drive with our breeding stock. As always, those of you watching on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, let us know what city you're watching us from in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you this morning. A pretty cool morning here in Mondovi. I was driving over from Durand. I wasn't sure if it was fog and smoke or just all smoke, but it looks like it's been was pretty foggy this morning mixed in with that smoke. But we will have another smoky day, looks like today and even tomorrow, from all of those wildfires out west. Thank you to our streaming video sponsors, including the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They're the sponsors of our video streaming service at our website at realcountry1430.com. Also, Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Visit Compeer.com for more information.
Well, as we get out here for our overall selection of our breeding females, put your hands together for all these individuals out here and the ones that we also sent back to the barn. This is when it gets fun for me as an evaluator, and my wife and I definitely get to do this every day at home, and we're probably harder on our own stuff than we are anything else, and we are both proud to make a living in this business. So with that, I guess we talked to cattle in class. There's 3 to 4 individuals out here that are I'll be a champion, and then we'll bring that second in if need be, and then we'll get you a reserve. Congratulations to all, and we look forward to seeing you guys on the road at other shows and stuff. There's a lot of cattle out here that compete at a lot of levels, so it's good to see that at a county fair.
Thank you to O'Galley Cheese Factory. Visit O'Galley Cheese Factory for all of your snacking needs. Cheese, locally made beef sticks, pizza, ice cream, sausage, and more. Visit O'Galley Cheese Factory's online store as well. They even ship nationwide. Open 7 days a week, Highway 25, Durant.
Congratulations to Allison George on that champion breeding female registered heifer. Can I please have Caleb Prunjinski with that second blue come into the ring?
There's your grand champion.
As he's evaluating for our reserve champion breeding animal, our sponsorships of those plaques and that banner is going to be Larson's Full Deck Genetics and Doug George Plumbing. Can I have a round of applause for those sponsors of the plaque and the banner, please?
So we now are going to select our reserve champion.
As we get that second out here in the drive, and a heifer that definitely is in contention in my mind. And let's just talk about a few things here. I guess in my mind there's 3 heifers in contention for reserve. Be the 2 Hereford females across from me and the young man Simmental. That Simmental, you know, we liked her in class. I just like to give that one some more natural shape down low and maybe just freshen her up a scope as far as her condition. But a nice individual. The second place heifer out of the Catholic Champion came out of, I mean, that one there is just big structured, bold sprung. Yeah, she might get a little coarse there, the top side of her neck. Maybe want to just get a little chest out in front of her, but another nice individual. And then the Hereford appearing female, I do believe, come out of our commercial class. Another individual that just balances up incredibly well from the side, puts it all together structurally. When you get behind her, you maybe just get a little disappointed as far as overall width and mass and dimension, but another nice female. So again, put your hands together. I'll go out and get you a reserve.
Thank you to Numbers R Us, your daily money managers, 3rd Avenue West Durand. Rhonda, as a daily money manager, can help protect your family from fees, fraud, and family conflicts, too. Find out how Rhonda can help your family out. Visit her online at numbersrus.com or on Facebook. Buffalo-Pepin Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner.
Congratulations to Trent Ritter on that reserve champion breeding animal. That concludes our breeding portion of our beef show this morning. Let's give all of our breeding animal contestants a round of applause, please.
And also thank you to 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom building smart fiber.
We'll be taking a short recess before we start that steer show, just to allow our champions to get their pictures taken. About 5-ish minutes, somewhere in there.
Again, thank you to 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more, visit wwt.coop. As you heard, we have a 5-minute break. We need to get champions want to get their pictures taken. And then we'll start with the steers coming up here in just a couple minutes. So we're going to just keep the video stream running as always. And we will be back with our steer show here coming up as well from the Buffalo County Fair. So stick around for that. WRDN Radio, your home for farm news and markets throughout the entire day. We have 7 hours of farm programming Monday through Friday. All kicks off with the WRDN Morning Farmer Report from 5 until 7 a.m. Farm news, farm markets, our ag weather updated markets from the overnight as well, and newsmaker interviews as well, along with some great classic country music too. The WRDN Morning Farm Report from 5 to 7 a.m. Bottom of the hour, we have market updates during the 9, 10, and 11 o'clock hour. We have our noon show starting at about 12:25 with an update on our markets at the midday. Farm news and also updated ag weather forecast. From 1 until 3, Chip Flory has the latest news and issues affecting rural America and the farm markets with Agri-Talk from 1 till 3. Then from 3 till 4, Jesse Allen is in with news and issues from rural America with AOA. We wrap things up during the 4 o'clock hour at about 4:25. Susan Littlefield in with Market Wrap. She talks with market analysts from around the nation about the news affecting the markets of the day. WRDN, you can listen to us online at realcountry1430.com. Also on air as well at Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM. The Farms radio station, Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM, WRDN. Again, taking a 5-minute break here or so, and we'll get the steers underway here in the ring. Stick around. We're at the Buffalo County Fair and the Beef Show. I'm Brian Winnekins.
We'll resume with our beef show here. We're going to start with our feeder calves. If the feeder calves can make their way to the show ring, please. We'll have Charles Brantner, Kylie Bremer, Kylie Fernholtz, Calvin Schwertel, Archer Sterry, and Elias Sterry. 12 to 13. On deck, we'll have our registered steer or heifer.
All right, back underway. Serve the calves out first.
So get out here in this class of feeder calves. This is encouraging to see this many young kids bringing their future prospects to the fair here, and that's some things you don't see a whole lot of at other county fairs is young individuals getting involved with their project a year in advance to potentially make their steer project for next year. So again, with these calves, there's a lot of things that can change from now till we come back here a year from now. I elect to lead off the class with the young ladies calf that just probably balances the best, probably structurally the best calf of the class in my mind, but a feed pen and some blood, sweat, and tears, and there's a lot of things that can change. I like to follow up with the young ladies calf here ahead of me. Another nice calf for the individual. Probably to me just reads a little more refined and a little less with width and dimension, but another nice calf. The calf that I struggled with is the young man with the cowboy hat in the class, and a really nice calf. He hit me really hard, but when we get him on the move, he really wants to get rigid right there in the center of his spine, so that kind of makes me a little nervous down the road, but a nice calf for the young man. The young lady bringing out the baldy calf next. Another nice young calf for the young lady. Probably just gets more refined again in terms of overall mass and dimension when you get right up on the cattle. But another nice calf. Young man bringing us the brindle crossbred calf here. Just a nice project for the young man, probably in my mind, and that's just seeing cattle every day. This calf probably just struggles to reach the end goals a little bit compared to the ones ahead of him, but still a good calf for the individual. Then we round out the calf with a really young calf, and this one could be the best one next year. We don't know, but he's just so young that it's hard to really tell. But good job, young man.
Congratulations to Elias Sterry on that first blue and Kaylee Fernholtz on that second blue. Entering the ring, we're going to have our first class of market steers. We're going to have our registered steer heifers, Drew Dresik, Kaylee Schultz, and Cadence Veraguth. The steers entering the ring now are going to have a weight range from 1,225 pounds to 1,310.
We got 3 in this class. The steers now into the building. Thank you to our video streaming sponsors, including Dunn Energy, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, NTEC, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand. Sundstrom and Company, your local tax experts. It's time to plan for that.
On deck, we're going to have our dairy market beef class.
Again, Sundstrom and Company, call them now for end-of-year tax planning. Yeah, we got to start getting ready for that and give Sundstrom a call at 672-4425. That's 672-4425, or visit them on their website to schedule that appointment. Bauer Seeds and Service, your local Pioneer Seed and Pivot Bio dealer serving the Durand area. Visit BauerSeedsandService.com for more information. Security Financial Bank, Durand, River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls, where electronic banking is easy. Visit sfbank.com for more information. And Alcivia, a leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. Farmers find out more about the upcoming pickup program for the harvest, or as part of their bids for your corner beans. Can also include picking up right there on the farm. Visit alcivia.com for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, tell them thank you for supporting our video streams. Without their help, we wouldn't be here today, so please thank them for their support. Those of you watching us this morning on Facebook Live or YouTube, let us know in the comments section what city you're watching us from. Love to hear from you this morning on a very cool morning here in western Wisconsin. We've had you've been here before where this time of the morning it's been 90 degrees, so totally different from years past. Got a little bit more trivia from the Wisconsin Beef Council this morning. Did you know that cattle can help us upcycle things that we can't eat into protein? What percentage of a cattle's diet is forage and plant leftovers that would otherwise go to waste? Give you that answer coming up.
As we get into the first class of market steers here, three totally different breed of cattle out here, and three totally different type of steers in my mind. One thing I will say is I put a lot of emphasis in structure, but in this particular class, they all have faults. So there's not one that gravitates towards the top because of that. So now we're going to get down to what they're going to look like when they hang on the rail. And that ultimately, people standing ringside and commercial cattlemen alike, that's what matters in this business. And everybody knows right now that it's kind of a lot of fun being in the commercial cattle business and what these cattle command at market when they hit the rail. So we're going to lead off with this black calf that just definitely handles the best. He's as far along in his finish as any in the class. He does have the most meat and muscle on his skeleton. Does he put it all together in a perfect package? No. I mean, he wants to get a little out there in the point of his shoulder. Wants maybe even buck at his knee and struggle off his rear too. But we did call structure a wash in the class. Young man with the Hereford steer coming next. He gets ahead of the Red Angus steer probably on sort today because of structure, but also just a little better balance, a little better there to center body, and he handles quite well, even though he doesn't appear to be the heaviest steer in the class. The calf handles really well, and I think he'll hang a quality carcass. We round out the calf with the Red Angus steer, and another nice steer, no doubt. Like I said before, with where the commercial industry is right now, these kind of cattle have a place. So congratulations to the young lady as well.
Congratulations to Cadence Verguth on that first blue and Drew Jurisic on that second blue. Now entering the ring, we're going to have our dairy market beef. We are going to have a weight range from 1,240 pounds to 1,610 pounds. If you're joining us for our market steer show today, our judge comes from Alman, Wisconsin, Dylan and Frankie Orzinski, where they own Sandbox Farms and run about 175 head of Simmental, Red Angus, and show cattle. And they focus on herd bulls, production females, and they sell show calves as well. Can I get a round of applause for Dylan and Frankie, please?
Again, watching coverage of the Buffalo County Fair Beef Show this morning. I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio. Thank you for joining us today. As the fair continues today, although the commercial buildings are open today, later on this afternoon, the Meat Goat Show will be happening at about 12:30. Then that's followed up by the Sheep Show. Also coming up, we'll have the meat animal auction, that at 7 o'clock. And we will have coverage of the auction coming up starting at about 6:55 this evening. Other things happening at the fair as well. The Tri-State Truck and Tractor Pull will be held at the track. That also starting at 7 o'clock this evening. And at 10:30 tonight, Crimson Theory will be performing. So those are some of the things going on today at the Buffalo County Fair.
I want to invite you all back tonight for our livestock auction. We'll be starting at 7 o'clock here in the show arena. It lets the kids pay off on all their hard work this summer. On deck, we'll have our first class of our crossbred market beef.
We get out here in our dairy beef class of steers, and a nice way to start the class. I think a steer that offers the most overall product, mass and dimension to any steer in the class, handles extremely well, and a nice place to start. We get into our second place steer that just gives up some overall mass to the steer ahead of him. Handles well, but just doesn't have the width and dimension from hooks to pin, structural width, but a steer that'll also hang center rail and handled really well. We get down to our third and fourth pair, and a pair that you could flip any day. I mean, we are in a show ring, but I felt that the young man's steer that I go third with just handles better than the bigger frame steer in fourth. As far as look and design, he probably doesn't have the bells and whistles of steer in fourth, but a steer that I feel will hang a better carcass. The steer in fourth, I really truly feel this steer still needs some time on feed. Doesn't handle quite as well, but a nice calf for the individual. Then we round out the class with two Jersey Cross or maybe an Ayrshire Pyrenean cattle that just need a little more time on feed to make that choice grade, but two nice steers for the young men that will dang sure be quality product for the market sale tonight. Congratulations to them.
Congratulations to Ellie Mirren on that first blue and Silas Mirren on that second blue. Entering the ring now is going to be our first class of crossbred market beef. We have a weight range from 1,055 pounds to 1,260 pounds. We'll have Zach Anderson, Mylan Bauer, Emmett Faulkner, Madison Kraleski, Abby Ruff, Rylan Sheehan, Archer Sterry, and Xander Strain.
Looks like we're missing one. Well, some of the steers in this class are kind of being a little cranky this morning.
On deck, we'll have our second class of our crossbred market beef.
Thank you to our video streaming sponsors. Our video streaming service being brought to you by the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. Thank you to Wisconsin soybean growers supporting our video streams. Also, thank you as well to the Durand, Arkansas School District for allowing us to use NTech Channel 99 this morning for our video stream. So please, if you're watching on NTech Channel 99, please let the Durand, Arkansas School District know of your appreciation for allowing us to use NTech Channel 99 this morning. Also, thank you to the Buffalo County Fair Board as well. They help us out throughout the fair to be able to provide you with the video stream. So reach out to the Fair Board and also let them know as well your appreciation for allowing us to do these video streams from the Buffalo County Fair today. All right, our trivia answer, did you know that cattle can help us upcycle things that we can't eat into protein? What percentage of a cattle's diet is forage and plant leftovers that would otherwise go to waste? The correct answer, 90%. Wow, 90%.
So we get out there in this class of the steers here, and steer that hits the ring and leads off the class relatively handily for me. You know, is he weighing probably what he needs to be today? No, but he handles well. And for his frame score, he is carrying an adequate amount of condition in the class. This calf I like a good deal. Young white steer coming in second. A calf that probably handles the best of the class, but does he come to me with all the extra features and show ring appearance? No. But a steer that is awfully finished and handles himself well and has a lot of meat and muscle on the skeleton and carries himself adequate today. You know, are those steers probably on the moderate side? Yes, but they are finished. That is one thing in our beef breeds we got to try to do is put some frame back in these cattle, because at the end of the day we're getting paid on pounds. But today we're going to judge them how they come. Young man around comes in third with the Red Angus steer. Next best handling steer in the class, has the most balance and dimension. A nice calf for the young man. Young man in the cowboy hat has a limousine appearance steer and definitely a higher yielding type of cattle. Calf handles well, probably just doesn't have the overall balance, and I'd like to change him in his front knee down to the ground. He wants to buck that front knee up a little bit, but a nice steer for the young man. Round out here in fifth with another Red Angus steer that handled well. Probably just could use a little more time on feed for the young lady, but another nice individual. As we get down to the market heifer of the class, the heifer that handles really well, she's adequate in terms of her finish. She lands there just on pure balance and design, but another nice heifer for the young lady. We get into the short horn appearing steer here, and a steer that has a lot of balance and design, but just doesn't offer overall dimension, width from hooks to pins, and definitely needs some more time on feed to be market ready today, but a nice steer for the young man. And then we round out the class with this black-hided steer that just doesn't have all the width and dimension and all the cattle ahead of them, but another steer that does adequate, just could still use some time on feed. Congratulations to them, and give them all a round of applause.
Congratulations to Emmett Faulkner on that first blue and Madison Kraleski on that second blue. Entering the ring now, we're going to have our second class of crossbred market beef. We're weight ranging of 1280 to 1375. We'll have Hannah Bauer, Bailey Bremer, Marley Bremer, Allison George, Dylan Drusick, Trent Ritter, Carson Ronai, and Aaliyah Sterry.
Watching coverage of the 2025 Buffalo-Pepin County Fair Beef Show this morning. I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio. Thank you for joining us. Well, a little more beef trivia here from the Wisconsin Beef Council. What is the recommended internal temperature for safely cooking ground beef? What's the recommended internal temperature for safely cooking ground beef? I'll give you that answer here coming up. So our next class is coming in. We have one of the steers going, nah, I don't really want to go in there. No, I'm just going to stand here for a little bit. We have 8 in this class, by the way. All right, our answer to our question from the Wisconsin Beef Council. What's the recommended internal temperature for safely cooking ground beef? That would be 160 degrees. 160 degrees. You can find out more on Wisconsin beef recipes as well, and a whole lot more. Just visit beeftips.com. Beeftips.com. And a reminder, those of you watching on our Facebook page and YouTube channels this morning, feel free to put in the comments section where you're watching us from, what city you're watching us from. We'd love to hear from you this morning. Then during the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, we had folks from as far away as Montana, Texas, and also Virginia, Pennsylvania as well. So let us know where you're watching us from this morning. Thank you to our video streaming sponsors this morning, including Provisions Health Durand, changing the way you experience healthcare. Find out more. Visit provisions.health for more information. Chippewa Valley Energy, serving the Chippewa Valley since 1922. They have their summer fill and winter contract programs underway. Find out more at ChippewaValleyEnergy.com. Wisconsin Credit Union, serving members for over 80 years. We belong to you. Visit wisconsincu.org. AMPI, a farmer-owned cooperative serving the upper Midwest. Try the new butter and cheese from Dinner Bell Creamery. At your local grocery store. If they don't carry Dinner Bell Creamery beef or butter and cheese, let your grocery know to carry that. Ask them to carry the Dinner Bell brand of butter and cheese from AMPI. And J.M. Watkins Meats with their new location, 3 miles west of Plum City on Highway 10, where the drive-thru opened today. You can get coffee through the drive-thru. Plus, there's a new online ordering from their website, and you can order in advance and then pick it up right through the drive-thru from J.M. Watkins Meats. Again, about 3 miles west of Plum City at their brand new location just off of Highway 10. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business. Tell them thank you for supporting our broadcast. Without their help, we wouldn't be here at the Buffalo County Fair. So please thank them for their support. So we continue to narrow down the class here.
On deck, we'll have that last class of our market beef.
Well, we'll have another trivia question for you from Wisconsin Beef Council. Which cut of beef is commonly used to make classic pot roast? Again, which cut of beef is commonly used to make classic pot roast? We'll give you the answer here coming up. We have one more class of market beef. We'll name our grand champion, and then that's when we will step away after that as we get ready for the livestock auction later tonight. We'll have coverage of that beginning at about 6:55 this evening. Down to our final three.
We get out here in this class of market steers and a fun class of cattle to sort, because we have anything from show steers to commercial cattle out here, but all definitely quality, and you gotta lay your preferences where you lay them, and we breed cattle every day for a living to try to compete in the show ring. So we're gonna go ahead and use the show steer to start. Definitely the steer that offers the most genuine balance, structure, and width of dimension. You know, I feel all these cattle in this class are adequate in terms of finish. If I'd pick on this one, I'd maybe just like them to handle a scotch better. But on the move and structurally and dimensionally, calf needs to win the class. Young man steer coming in second, a steer that I really, really appreciate. And you could see me trying to tell the kid and help him get the calf set up, because we're not judging showmanship right now. We're judging the livestock. We get these cattle set up, presented, and I mean, give and takes here, but if you would have, did a few things different on this steer, I think this steer could rival the steer ahead of him. Steer that's ultra high quality, really good behind this blade, maybe just gives up a little lower hip dimension to steer ahead of him, but a calf that I really appreciate. And, take a few pointers, young man. We could have clipped this calf if we did some things, and I think he would have gave the steer a run for his money, but a very nice calf. Charlet appearing steer coming in third. Another nice individual. He ends up in third for me today just because of how he wants to get off his rear too. He wants to get a little coarse about that hock. Not quite as comfortable down there in his pasture, but another nice steer. Steer coming around now in fourth. A steer that really hits you hard from the side. A steer that balances incredibly well. When you get right in behind the cattle, he gives up a little muscle. He doesn't probably quite handle as well today, but another nice individual for him. Yellow steer that comes next. A steer I can really appreciate in terms of what he's going to take to the rail. A steer that's definitely going to go high choice in my mind, but he's probably a little overfinished for the show rig. He wants to start bucking there at the point of his shoulder, get pretty straight down to the ground on his front knee, and he kind of wants to paddle off his rears, but a steer that offers a lot of quality product when you take the height off. Young ladies, Angus appearing steer that comes out next. Steer that's just a really nice balanced type of a cattle. Probably needed to have female parts when he was born, but another nice steer that definitely handles well and will still create a quality carcass. Young ladies, dairy cross, potential appearing steer here. Another steer that handles well, definitely is finished and ready to go to the rail. Just gives up some of the show steer peel of the cattle ahead of him. And then you got the young ladies, black and white steer that rounds out the class. It just gets a little tight wound, a little shorter in his muscle shape, and a little more practical in his build for me today. But congratulations to all of exhibitors on a nice class of steers.
Congratulations to Allison George on that first blue and Carson Runai on that second blue. Now entering the ring, we'll have our last class of our market beef. We're going to have a weight range from 1,390 to 1,700 pounds. We'll have Addie Gillis, Tegan Kraleski, Everett Lindstrom, Landon Lindstrom, Mason Lindstrom, Caleb Prunjinski, Michaela Runai, and Jensen Surum. After this class, we will have our champion market beef drive. So those first blues, if you want to be on deck. After this class, we'll have that champion market drive.
So the answer to our beef trivia question with Wisconsin Beef Council: which cut of beef is commonly used to make classic pot roast? That would be the chuck roast. Again, thank you to Wisconsin Beef Council for providing some beef trivia this morning. You can find recipes and more at beeftips.com. That's beeftips.com. So we'll do our last class of beef, then do our championship drive, and that's where we will step away after our championship drive and be back for the livestock auction this evening with our coverage beginning at about 6:55. And thank you to all of our video streaming sponsors we've been talking about this morning. Please thank them. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting our video streams. Without their help, we wouldn't be able to be here today. So please thank them for supporting our video streams. We have more livestock show coming up as well. Tomorrow we'll have the dairy show from the Buffalo County Fair. And then next week, our final fair of the season, the Pierce County Fair. And we'll have coverage of the dairy, beef, swine shows and the livestock auction next week as well from the Pierce County Fair. Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN is the Farm's radio station. We have 7 hours of farm programming Monday through Friday. We kick things off from 5 to 7 a.m. with the WRDN Morning Farm Report. Farm news, our farm weather forecast, agriculture markets, updates on the agriculture markets, as well from the overnight trade at about 6:30. Interviews with some of the newsmakers in agriculture as well. Plus some great classic country music too. It's the WRDN Morning Farm Report from 5 to 7 a.m. During the bottom of the hour at 9, 10, and 11 o'clock hours, we have our market updates. During the noon hour, we have our noon farm show starting at about 12:25 with our update on our midday markets, update on the ag, weather, and farm news. Then from 1 till 3, Chip Flory has the latest news and issues affecting rural America and the farm markets too, with Agri Talk. That from 1 till 3. Jesse Allen is in from 3 till 4 with news and issues from rural America with AOA. During the 4 o'clock hour at about 4:25, Susan Littlefield is in with Market Wrap. She talks with some of the national market analysts on the news of the day affecting the markets. We also have Mike Pearson in with Farm Progress America. You can listen to WRDN on 1430 AM and 107.3 FM. Also online through our website at realcountry1430.com. You can also use the Live 365 app on your smartphone. Just download the Live 365 app and do a search for WRDN. Find us there. And the Live 365 app also works on your Roku TV as well. The Farm's radio station, Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM, WRDN. Again, this is our final class of market steers. Then we'll have our championship drive.
After this class, we'll have that champion market beef drive. So can I have those first blues on deck?
Looks like we are down to our final three.
As we get out here into this heavyweight set of steers, and the steer that sorts himself to the top for me on just overall width and dimension, balance and structure, a steer that is going to handles incredibly well, handles his weight for his frame, and does so with the most explosive package. He's by far the broadest right in there behind his blade, and definitely the stoutest with hooks to his pins, and a nice way to start the class. From here out, we give down to some preference and style and dimension factors, and elect with the red lady's Baldy steer to go second. Steer that just handles similar to steer in third. The steer just puts it together in a more fault-free package, and just a little bit better on the go today, but another nice steer for the young lady. Steer coming out in third, like I said, another steer that has the same amount of width and dimension as the steer ahead of him. He just wants to get maybe a little rigid there at the point of his shoulder, wants to get a little soft up on front of them front two, and wants to buck at his knee a little bit. But another nice steer for the young man. I elect to use the Holstein cross appearance steer here to come next. Steer that handles incredibly well, and any of you sitting ringside, I mean, the reason I made some comments in earlier classes on frame score and our beef cattle as beef cattle breeders is we all know what steers that are weighing 1,700 pounds are commanding today at a market price. Take nothing away from these dairy cross cattle that come down and farther into class, because they're bringing some pretty big checks home when they go to the rail right now, and that's an intriguing thing in our industry. Seed stock producer, we all like marketing beef semen to these dairy cattle breeders, but at the same time, I think we as beef breeders need to realize that we might get overwhelmed by the amount of meat they can put on the rail, and we need to get our cattle bigger, because we're getting way too moderate, and these 1,200-pound steers don't work when you want to get $2,250 as a feeder calf. But with that, there was another beef breed steer in that mix. He was just the hardest handling calf of the class. Sorry, I got on my rant there about dairy cross cattle, but that's kind of where he sorted in there. Just I didn't think he was quite finished enough for his frame score. But again, congratulations to them, and nothing to take away from them dairy cross cattle, because in the commercial world, they're sure doing well right now.
Congratulations to Michaela Ranai on that first blue and Jensen Surum on that second blue. Now entering the ring, we're going to do our champion drive for our market beef. We're going to need Cadence Veraguth, Ellie Mirren, Emmett Faulkner, Allison George, and Michaela Ranai.
Here we go, championship drive on the market beef.
After he picks the champion market beef, I want my second blues on deck. That second blue will join us in the ring for that reserve champion selection. And then at the conclusion of our champions, we'll be taking a brief break for those champions to get their pictures taken before we start our showmanship show. And we'll be starting with our senior showman, but we'll be taking about a 5-ish minute break between our champion markets and our showmanship.
For us, that when we're done with our championship round, that's where we will step away, and we will be back later this afternoon and this evening at 6:55 with our livestock auction. So this will be our final class here that we'll have on our video stream here, and then we'll be stepping away, but be back later on today at about 6:55 with the livestock auction. Okay, again, championship drive here for our market steers.
As Dylan is evaluating for our champion market animal, the champion and reserve champion will be receiving a plaque and then a banner. They are going to be donated by Larson's Full Deck Genetics and Doug George Plumbing. Could I have a round of applause for our sponsors, please?
Everybody hands together for the market steer exhibitors today. As we get back out here for the overall drive, I think you guys in the beef cattle specifically, because there isn't one to blend with the dairy steer, but can see the type and kind I've been trying to sort all day. Cattle that got some muscle, and then after there we try to add on all the extras and build and design. And some of the harder things to do when it comes to breeding cattle is put all the pieces together, because God hasn't made a perfect one yet. And that's why we sort cattle and we're standing in a show ring. And I'm sure if you guys have a carcass contest, they'll get graded on the rail as well. But it was my job today to try to come out here and select the best steers that fit best of both of those eras together and bring them out here for everybody to see. And I think we got that out here. I'm really happy with what we have. I'd like to thank the Buffalo County Fair Association for having me and my wife today. Like I said before, in the heifer show, it's something we're very passionate about. We're fortunate enough to do it every day together for a living, and I'd like to thank everyone again. With that, I'm going to go out there. There isn't really one that I'm gravitating towards yet, to be totally honest. There's gives and takes in all the cattle. But like I said on the mic, I'm probably going to end up going back down to the one that puts the most fault-free pieces together. It might not be the stoutest one. It might not be the lightest one. It might not be the heaviest one. I still got to make that up in my mind. But with that, congratulations. Give them one more big round of applause, and we'll go and select you a champion.
Congratulations to Allison George on that champion market steer. Could I have Carson Ronai come back in the ring for our pick of reserve champion?
So congratulations to Allison George with the grand champion market steer here at the 2025 Buffalo-Pepin County Fair.
So we selected the champion. We bring that second in for contention, and he's definitely in contention in my mind. He may not be a big show steer looking one with all the hair and the fit job and all that, and that doesn't necessarily matter to me. At the end of the day, we're judging the cattle for the cattle. You know, we can evaluate those cattle with or without that. And to me, it comes two steers in contention. The young ladies steer up out of the first class of the day, and then the young man steer back here that just came in for second in that class. And I said in that class that pair of cattle could have switched. I think if you put the fit job and some hair potentially on that one, it might change it. But if the young man could also set that calf up, get his feet propped up under him, that'd help as well. There was some gives and takes there, and at the end of the day, we are in the show ring. But to me, I'm going to get you a reserve here right quick, and the differences I see is the calf up out of the first class. He's got some hair and some shag hanging off of him, but that calf to me, it's a little harder to analyze. When you get right in there, he gets a little raw at the point of his shoulder. Probably not as comfortable on the move as the calf second to that other class, but I'll go out and give him one more look and get you a reserve.
Congratulations to Carson Ronai on that reserve champion market steer.
Great.
Let's give all of these exhibitors one more big round of applause.
Carson Rainier, congratulations on that reserve grand champion steer. So at this point, this is where we will be stepping away now, and we will be coming back. We will be coming back this evening at 6:55. 6:55 this evening is when we'll be coming back for the Buffalo County Livestock Auction, and we'll have coverage again beginning at 6:55. Until then, I'm Brian Winnikins from the Buffalo-Pepin County Fair in Mondovi. Have a great afternoon.